Hello, welcome back to Channel of Motorbike Nonsense, and today was going to be a video about adventures and touring and plans, but as seems to be the case with my life, I'm going to rename this the Super Missionary, because this video is going to be pretty boring, not very adventurous. I was going out for a ride and I've just had a tyre pressure warning appear on the old dashboard, and yeah, it's down 10 psi. Sitting around for the past week, and I've just stuck it on the centre stand and it's telling me my rear tyre pressure is low, and I've stuck it on the centre stand, sorry, and it's got a big nail in the middle of my back tyre, so hopefully it's going to hold pressure, vaguely. There we go, look, I've got a red wheel, sad face. I've just put it up back to 42 psi. There's a tyre shop about half an hour away, and this is going to be a video about changing the tyres on my super adventure. Very impromptu. I was actually planning on changing them because I've done 1,000 miles on these Mitas tyres and I don't love them. I don't love them. They're a bit slippery when you're leaning it over and riding in an advanced state of twatterishness. So I don't know what I'm going to replace them with. I think they've got a few pairs of different things at GTC Tyres near Guildford, which is where I'm going next. So yeah, I'm probably going to cut out most of the ride because I'm riding with a deflating rear tyre, and then we'll be saying goodbye to the shiny Jeep tyres that this bike inexplicably comes on. Yay! I say inexplicably. I think my first video on this bike was talking about why it's cheaper than the other big adventure bikes, but here we go. Ah, well, this isn't talking about adventures in Morocco and the Serengeti and all sorts of other places, but a trip to Guildford to do tyres? Hey, this content is free, people. For a reason. Right, see you in a bit. Ah, I tell you what, it's nice to be back on the old orange battle bus, even if it is slightly nailed on at the back end. Hello. Yeah, the past week and a half I've spent not riding this because I've had the Triumph Speed Triple 1200RR. I've done a first impressions video on it. The review's either gone out or it's coming out next. That bike, I feel like I've been too harsh on it, really. Maybe I haven't. I just didn't love it. I just didn't love it. And I'm a die-hard Triumph Triple lover. I just thought it was too focused for the road. Blah blah, whinge. Everyone wanted a Daytona 1200. It's the closest thing we've got, and I didn't really like it. Oh well. I guess maybe I was just feeling a bit down. But I didn't love that bike. It was beautifully made, and it was certainly fast, and I'm sure on a racetrack it would feel phenoms. But anyway, so enjoy that video, or if you have enjoyed it already, thank you. But yeah, actually I will talk about touring, because I've been given the green light by the internal authorities of the Roadie household to go away for a tour, and I mean a really small tour, but I will take it. I will take it after the years that we've had of COVID and having basically 2 kids just before and during COVID. I didn't really expect to be getting back to Europe anytime soon, but now I've got the perfect machine for it, and it turns out the perfect girlfriend who said I can go away. So I'm just going to go away for like a 4-day long weekend with hopefully some mates. And yeah, I know, I've got some, only a few, left hand, right hand, but I kind of want your ideas what I should do in those 4 days, because part of it is kind of introducing my mates to the beauty of touring in Europe, because it's a wonderful thing. I think I've raved about it loads, about how I think it's the single best thing you could do on a motorbike, just getting off the train at Calais and heading southish, maybe not even south, maybe east, and just having fun no matter where you end up, no matter what the weather's like, no matter who you're with. You can just have such a great time and doing the whole freedom of motorbiking thing, the freedom of having croissants for lunch, or what are those chocolate things with custard in? Oh, the brioche Swiss, the king of the French pastries. Honestly, go and try it out. It'll give you a heart attack if you eat 2 of them, but it's amazing for it. So yeah, I kind of 4 days, the idea being that we leave on I think the idea is either Wednesday night or Thursday night, and then what I'd like to do is just leave after work one day, get to Arras that night, so we've done an hour into France, and the next day usually just spend 4 or 5 boring hours on the motorway just getting towards Germany, towards Switzerland, towards the Alsace region, because there's so many beautiful mountain roads in France, and that's basically within a day's travel. And then So say you leave on the Thursday afternoon, you're in mountains, in the Vosges mountains, and it's lovely. There's twisty roads, hairpins, wheelies, more pastries, more pastries than wheelies with my riding. And yeah, that's kind of what I would normally do, but in 4 days it's doable, but it might be a bit of a stretch. So I'm kind of half thought about investigating Belgium and the Ardennes region. I know it's really beautiful. If you don't know how beautiful it is, go and watch episodes 7 and 8 of Band of Brothers, or is it 6 and 7? I can't remember. Beautiful snow-covered forests full of people missing limbs. But no, seriously, it is a nice part of the world, and years ago I thought that Belgium was just a boring place that you used to invade France through, but I was wrong. There are lots of pretty bits. Bouillon around there, Dinan, it's really nice, and there are some good roads as well. So yeah, I'm kind of debating, or I could do Normandy, but the roads in Normandy aren't special really, but there's some nice places to visit. So tell me in the comments what you would do if you had a long weekend on a motorbike with your mates, where you would go. Or I could do the North Coast 500 very easily in 4 days. Only thing is, I've done it before. Big gust of wind. I've done it before. Oh no, your Barry Golf R's broken down, and the weather's a bit unpredictable, and we're thinking of going either September or June. I was very excited. I love nothing more than opening up Google Maps and zooming in, doing random street views on twisty looking roads, saving locations, finding nice looking Airbnbs, and just start to formulate a plan. Obviously with a master spreadsheet. You must have a master spreadsheet, a Google Doc which has tabs for things to remember to bring, packing lists, daily mileages, daily fuel expenditure, pastry allowances. That goes down to row ZZ and ZZ, or is it column ZZ? Yeah, it's column ZZ, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And if you've never done a tour, try and make this the year that you do it. Doesn't matter what bike you've got. Maybe you could do it on a 125, but I would probably wait until you get your full license. So yeah, I've done tours on street triples, Daytonas, Blackbirds, speed triples, multistradas, Ducati 1098, Giulia Quadrifoglio. So yeah, go and do it, and just look around forums like Piston Heads and things. Just look for people's YouTube videos that they've done to get an idea of what roads are good and what regions are good, because there's just something magical about roads in Europe. They're so much emptier than the roads over here, and they're obviously usually twistier, often nicer surfaced, just quieter, and you don't feel like getting in anyone's way. And Europeans, generally speaking, are super friendly to bikers, whether it's people that own B&Bs or people that run petrol stations. Just, I don't know, I've had so many people in Europe be friendlier to me because I want a bike, like whether it's letting me park their bike in their house or in a hidden bit of a car park that they don't usually let people park in. I've been to hotels in the middle of Munich where there's no parking. Unless you're British guys on a motorbike, then they let you into their courtyard to park your bikes in there, out off the street. So yeah, don't be scared about doing it. Don't be scared about going for a tour, because it is the best thing. You'll come back with so many memories. I still live off memories of various tours that I've done in the past. I still look at my photos and my little YouTube videos that I used to do, just where I really just enjoyed it. And the scenery that you get in some of these parts of Europe is stunning. Riding through Austria, go up the Großglockner, Hochalpenstrasse, just south of Zell-am-See, and if it's a nice day, that fence just blew down, if it's a nice day, it looks like the whole scenery is painted on. It looks like you're riding on a road and there's a foreground up to the edge of the mountain, and everything beyond that is like an old Disney movie where everything's painted. It's great, and it's just very, very lovely. My friend did low side his TL1000R on the first hairpin of the Großglockner because he had a new tyre fitted in Munich, and then it rained all the way to the Großglockner. So it didn't really get scrubbed in. Anyway, I'm about to go and get some new tyres fitted, and then it's going to rain, so I'm not going to scrub them in. So let's see if I bin it, or if this van gets really irritated at me for not accelerating before the national speed limit sign. Let's go. Sorry, must not do wheelies. Got a nail in the tyre. Oh, my tyre pressure's gone up. Yes! Wheelies are good for tyre pressures, obviously. Alright, let's crack on. It is now, as we say in England, pleuing. Look, the warning signs for frogs are out. First wet ride on this actually, and it's not properly wet yet. By the time I go home, at least I'll be on shiny brand new tyres. That's a really large dead hedgehog. That's weird. But speaking of the rain, I'm getting, this is very exciting news for me, not you, but I'm going to tell you because you're a captive audience. I'm getting a new jacket, which I'm really excited about. This isn't Gore-Tex, this is a Richard Touareg 2, and I've had so many comments over the years since I've been wearing this jacket saying, what's that jacket? What's that jacket? It is the Richard Touareg 2. It's nice, I got it because it wasn't black and it wasn't white, it was something a bit different. And I got this to review when I was back at Drive Tribe as a press sample. I've loved it. It's getting a bit tight for reasons that aren't anything to do with my French pastry intake. It's not Gore-Tex. It's waterproof to a degree because of a liner, but I don't really like jackets that do that, because I used to have a Pro Shell Hein Gericke, remember them? Gore-Tex jacket with the weird rubber Gore-Tex zips, which that is what broke eventually on that jacket. But I had that for about 8 years and it cost a lot of money at the time. It was about 700 quid. But that was perfect. The rain just washed straight off it. So I rode that for hours on tours in the rain. All my friends got soaked in their waterproof, own brand waterproof made up stuff. But I've learned only Gore-Tex is actually waterproof, and that jacket was perfect. You'd hang it up, 5 minutes later it'd be dry, because everything just runs off it. So I'm getting back into the world of laminated Gore-Tex. Yes, I told you this would be an exciting video. Yeah, I'm buying a richer, their new flagship jacket, because I really like the richer stuff. This is my first bit of richer kit, and the trousers as well. I like it, and it's a little bit cheaper than the really high-end stuff, but it still feels premium. So Richard's just bringing out a new laminated jacket called the Armada Pro. I've ordered one and it comes in a few days and I'm very excited. It's a lot of money still. I think 3 pairs of tyres. No, yeah, 3 pairs of tyres. But I'm really hoping it will last me the next 10 years for my riding. And I had a choice between a white one, a black one with red bits, and a black one with fluorescent bits. I've gone for the fluorescent bits thing because, I don't know, it's fancied it. I'm not usually a big fan of high-vis stuff, but I suppose now I've got 2 kids, I shouldn't ride one-handed. I should be a little bit more visible and just, you know, it looks nice. It looks nice. So that's going to turn up, and I will do a review on that because I haven't seen anyone review them on any websites. No user reviews. It's brand new. I'm going to be one of the first people to get one, and yeah, very excited about that. I'm less excited about paying for it, but I'm very excited to stay dry forever and ever, at least my top half, and then, you know, when my car wow shares get sold eventually, I'll be able to afford the trousers as well, so that'll be nice. So yeah, stay tuned for some jacket chat. But anyway, I'm nearly at the tyre shop. I don't know how much more video there'll be after this because it's already bored you to death, but I'm going to choose in the spur of the moment what tyres to fit to this bike for the next 4,000 miles. Yes, always do these things impulsively. That's what my dad says. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here. GTC motorcycles. Haven't used these guys in a while, but whenever I have, they've been really good. Although they did fail to get the rear sprocket nut off my 1198 when I first bought it, and I had to take it to a Ducati dealer who had a bigger breaker bar. But anyway, right. Goodbye, Mitas, slightly rubbishy things. They're all right. They're all right for an OE tyre. I just want a bit more, I don't know, a bit more grip. Might go for some Pirellis, I'm not really sure. Off with you. Well, that was an expensive way to fix that particular problem. I've got a new pair of tyres. That is very unexpected. Massive thanks to GTC Motorcycle Tyres, Guildford Tyre Company, all part of the same thing. I've used these guys for years, and they saw me super last minute, within half an hour, and I've had a set of Conti Trail Attack 2s put on the recommendation of the internet, but also a guy called Sam Vincent, who's a very good YouTuber who you should go and check out. He does lots of motorbike touring videos on his 1290 Super Adventure S, and he's also worth a follow on Instagram. I think he's at Sam V Bikes. So yeah, thank you, Sam, for your recommendation. I think he's tried lock tyres on his. I feel a bit weird changing tyres 1,000 miles into ownership, he says, wobbling down that weird lump in the curb. But yeah, let's go and scrub some tyres in the rain, because that's the thing. Actually, the chap in the shop said the Continental rep was out this morning, and he was saying actually Continental say there's 0 scrubbing miles requirement on their tyres. Obviously I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt because it's raining and I don't fancy spinning my bike. But I felt the tyres, and they are the grippiest feeling new tyres I've ever felt. And I know that rubbing your hand over some rubber doesn't really tell you anything. It's a bit like kicking a tyre or, I don't know, poking the dashboard of a car. But that gives me confidence. It's just that initial feel. There's certainly no weird greasy shininess on them. I could have got something a bit more road biased, but at some point I do want to take this on some green lanes, dirt tracks, things like that. Nothing too technical, nothing too muddy or too steep, because it's a big heavy bike and I am weak. But yeah, new tyre day. That was very unexpected, so thank you if you've made it this far. I'm going to say goodbye now because I'm just going to poodle home. It's too wet to really go hooning about on new tyres. Might do a little bit. I'll see you soon for more bike reviews. I've got the V4 Tuono non-factory in a couple of weeks. I've got the Aprilia Touareg in a couple of weeks. I've got KTM Super Duke R Evo and Super Duke GT. I've got my new jacket. I've got whatever tour I end up doing. There's loads of exciting new stuff coming up. I'm probably going to replace this GoPro with either a GoPro 10 or an Insta360 something. So there'll be some content on that, because this is a GoPro 8 and it keeps just looking like it's recording but freezing. So it won't freeze now, and there'll just be a still shot of me like this. It'll keep the sound, but the image will freeze and it won't actually tell me. It'll just say it's still recording. And it's had a brand new memory card and a brand new battery, and oh god, I need to get rid of it. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's been fun, it's been weird, it's not been what I was going to record, but hey, I'm just glad I haven't done my day off. So I shall see you next time. Stay happy, stay motorbikey, and if you haven't got motorbikey, try and get motorbikey. Goodbye.